Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm with the Audiocular M302 music player, and for some reason this is called an MP3 player on the website if you go and check it out, but it does do a lot more than that, including play a lot of FLAC audio. Now if you're a seasoned audiophile, this is definitely not for you, but if you're getting into the hobby and you want a music player that can play, high-res stuff and stream, this is a pretty good option. Thank you to the folk at Concept Cart for making this review possible by sending me this demo unit. All thoughts and opinions are my own as always. So let's jump into how this is built and its unboxing. The unboxing is pretty straightforward. It comes in a very sleek sort of box, and in it you will of course get the music player. You also do get a protective case that you can put it into. You do by default get some sort of screen protector on it, as well as a spare one, which is nice to see. You will also get a USB type A to USB type C charging cable. You do get the manual, and you also get a set of earphones, which I was quite surprised to see considering how much these cost. Now the overall fit and finish of the earphones isn't exactly great. I don't think these even have left and right markings. I've checked the entire earphone for it and I've not found left and right markings on either of these earphones, which I find a bit odd. But these are definitely extremely budget earphones, which I don't think sound exactly great, but I'll talk about them in the chapter about sound. And then moving on to the music player, well, when you first handle it, it does definitely scream that it is not exactly the most expensive music player out there. I mean, it's absolutely bare bones when it comes to its overall fit and finish. It is plastic, you can hear it, you can feel it. But it does come with a whole bunch of things that it can do. So for one, you do get the power on and off button over here. You will get the volume up and down buttons, which control the volume if you're listening to music via the headphone jack. Or if there's nothing plugged into this, it does have a speaker up here. You'll see this little opening here, which does have a speaker. I'll speak about how it sounds in the chapter about sound. And then you do have a USB Type-C charging port here at the bottom. It doesn't exactly feel like the most secure USB Type-C when I plug it into charge, because it does have a little bit of movement. And what's also really cool here, you've got a micro SD card slot you can put your songs onto. Now, I did take out my micro SD card from my usual dedicated audio player, or should I say DAP or digital audio player, and it's slotted into this without a problem. This does support up to 512 GB, which is a good amount, especially if you're stocking up on FLAC files. Now, when you come to the face of this, as you'll see, the protective layer that it already has on it is showing a few scratches and scuffs. And mind you, I've not used it very much. It's been used maybe for about 48 hours or so at the time of recording this video, and it's showing a lot of scratches. So I mean, if this did have some sort of a glass protector we could put, I think that would be cooler. But here at the bottom you do get this little almost iPod or iPhone like home button, but it's not a button, it is a touch area. When you tap it, it just takes you back. So if you go into a certain program, it just takes you one step back. It doesn't take you completely out. And then if you press and hold it as well, it just pops up. It shows you all the apps that have been running or that are on presently. The screen is pretty decent. It's a little over 4 inches, and I mean, you don't really need high-res stuff over here when it comes to its overall screen. Because if you're using this as an audio player, I think it's just about right. It just shows you all the data. Now, I'm not a fan of the touch interface for audio players. I do like tactile stuff. But I mean, it's pretty cool. You get everything you really need. In fact, these are all the pre-installed apps. It has a Hibi Music, which is a very good music player and controller. You do also get a lot of details that you can tweak over there. And then, of course, you do get all these apps as well. So from Spotify to Apple Music is cool. You can record stuff through a sound recorder. It does have FM radio that usually works outdoors. And it has VLC, so you can watch movies on this on the go if you want to. Now, considering this runs on an Android system, you do have the Play Store, and you can update softwares. You can also download a whole bunch of different apps that you want and really use it as an Android device. So it's pretty cool. And one thing to keep in mind is that it does have 16 GB worth of storage internally, out of which 10.91 GB is already utilized because of the various apps and system on it. So you might not want to use the internal drive for storage for your music. I say just use it for streaming or get an external micro SD card that you can put your FLAC files on. Moving on to the sound, well, these do come with earphones, which I was surprised to see considering how much this unit costs. I think the folk at this brand should have just left these earphones out of the package and spent that extra money on putting a better DAC amp in this specific player, because it's definitely not the best I've heard. In fact, it leans more towards one of the worst sounding DAPs that I've heard. But then again, it's at this price that you get access to hardware like this. It's amazing that you can pick up something that will control all your music and even play FLAC files at this price. So the thing is, because it supports all different kinds of high-res and you can stream your music, you can also broadcast to a wireless set of earphones with this because it has Bluetooth, you've got Wi-Fi, so you can, stream Apple Music. That's all really great. But the issue being, when I plug the earphones provided into this player, the first thing I noticed was it just sounded like something wasn't right through. In the sense, if you don't know what sibilance is, you need to have those earphones on and pair it with this player, and it's sibilance city. It is just so shrill, it is so sharp, there's not much character to it. Forget about worrying about imaging and soundstage and all that sort of stuff. It's just nothing but sibilance. It's not a pleasant experience. So the speaker with this, for that matter, it's a small speaker, it's not going to do much. It's fine, I'd say, at medium to low volumes. Once you start cranking the volume up, it starts, screaming a bit. It's not exactly pleasant. Then again, this is not high end. It is an affordable set, or should I say an affordable player. But the funny thing is, I had to try this out because I have been wanting or thinking about getting a new portable player. But I do know there's a lot of compromise now, because for one, the audio chips are not as good with these affordable ones, and I've never really liked this touchscreen stuff. So, I mean, if you're in the market for something like this, the good news is I did try this out with the little dongle DAC that I've been testing from the same brand. And the good news is when you plug this into this does take over. And at the same time, it does play out of the 3.5 mm. So as soon as you plug this in, I think this is the D07, and this goes for, I think, maybe 900 rupees or so, maybe a little bit more. So once you plug this in, it's bypassing the internal DAC and amp within the player, which makes your audio way better detailed. You get a much better mid-range without significant sibilance, because this is a good performer when it comes to its audio. And suddenly there's this introduction of lower frequencies that the original DAC amp just didn't do at all. So I've tried this with a higher end set of IEMs as well, and the internal hardware it just won't cut it, because I think a lot of money has been spent towards having a touch screen and so on. I think something like this, if you're looking for a proper dedicated audio player, a digital audio player, ideally you don't need a touch screen, man. You need to just be able to say next, previous, enter and stuff like that. I don't know why a lot of brands are moving away from that, but this is, I mean, for what it is, the fact that you're getting a touch screen and so on, it does make a lot of sense if you don't want to spend too much money. So sound wise, stock, I wouldn't, I can't recommend it stock wise. But yeah, if you've got an external DAC amp like the D07 or something, plug it into that. In fact, I find myself, I would not even use this in my car. If I plug in the D07, then I'll use it in my car for higher res audio and fuller sound, or even with earphones and headphones and so on. An external DAC will benefit this player for sure. So I'd say that's how you need to do it. If you're planning on picking this up, if you want better sound for your IEMs, or if you want better sound for anything else, that's fine. For that matter, even when you use it with Bluetooth, your earphones internal DAC amp chips are working. So this is just sending the packets across to them. So that will sound better. So as long as you don't rely on this one's DAC amp, I think you're good to go. But anyway, all in all, I think for the price that this is being sold at right now, it's pretty sensational that it's even in the market. Because I remember about maybe 10, 11 years ago when I started getting into the whole, headphone and earphone audiophile side of things, things were way more expensive. You forget about touchscreen, everything was analog. Things were a lot more expensive and a lot more basic. So it's amazing that you're getting something with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, touchscreen, 512 GB storage expandability. It's a pretty amazing little gadget for the price. So if you do plan on buying this, coming to the price, well, you can buy this, of course, from Concept Card, and I'll leave the link down below, so you can even check it out. Go through the page and see all the features, because it's got way more features than I've mentioned, to be honest, for the price, which is pretty amazing. But if you do want to buy this, it does have an MRP of about 6,699 rupees, but you can buy this for just 4,130 rupees, which is, I think, a very good deal for this. Yes, keep in mind it is affordable. It is super affordable for a reason. They're trying to make this accessible to more people. So it's even for that matter, if you're somebody who just doesn't want to spend too much, but you want to carry your FLAC files around, this is a good buy as long as you get a portable DAC amp to bypass the internal DAC amp, and I'd say it's good to go. The only other gripe I really had with it was that the touch screen is not too interactive, especially in the sense sometimes I have to press a little harder for it to register that I've pressed it. If you're used to higher end cell phones that are very responsive, this will not do that. But it's good enough, especially for the price. I'd say it's pretty damn good. So anyway, that's been my review on Audiocular's M302 music player. And of course, I do hope that it's given you a better understanding for this player, of course. And I do hope that I've helped you make some sort of purchase decision. If you would like to help support the channel, I'm sure you know exactly how to. But of course, thank you for tuning in for some sound advice.